Welcome to the writer's life, a place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, and where you get the truth about the writer's life. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button and tap the bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on one single exciting video. How exciting they are. So kind of like a industry news that I happen to stumble upon. Penguin, Random House, that collaborative mega merger in New York City. They're hurting. They're hurting in a big way. They haven't really recovered since the. Well, to be honest, like everybody likes to say, oh, they haven't recovered since the COVID, whatever. But I can remember being in the Bertelsmann building at Dell in 1999, and all the editors and senior editors or whatever were like panicked that like everything was collapsing then. So this is nothing new. It's just that it's sort of been under the radar for the longest time. And while writers have been aware of it, and editors have been aware of it, and agents and whatever, bookstores, it's really not just becoming public. Or so my friend and colleague and bestseller, Troy Lambert, check out his website, Troy Lambert, pointed out to me just the other day. In my opinion, like the whole thing, the lights are going out on Broadway, brother. I mean, it's all sort of collapsing, and that doesn't mean writers are in trouble. It just means all those expensive professionals and publishing houses are in trouble. And especially in light of the court battle that happened last year, where an insider under oath admitted that most of their traditionally published titles don't sell more than 12 copies. That pretty much covers like your parents, your wife, maybe a child if they're of age, a couple of friends, right? 12 copies on average, I should say. But even then, I mean, like you could get, say a $20,000 advance and sell, I don't know, 20,000 copies, and you'd still be underwater. You'd still owe a ton on your advance, and chances are you won't even come close to earning it out. And so that's the model they're dealing with there. So, in my opinion, anybody who hasn't, any author who hasn't at least become a hybrid author like I am, and set up their own independent public publishing imprint is in trouble. Not to be a downer, a Danny Downer, but the model has changed, and you used to be able to make a living in traditional publishing, but you can't anymore. Now you have to be either hybrid and or independent. It's this is the new model where we're selling mostly electronic books directly to consumers, and they like it because they're getting great prose for a lot less. Did you know that this was I caught in the news yesterday from a fellow writer. I forget the imprint, but a major imprint is selling one of their latest releases. They're selling the ebook for $22. Now that's insane. That's insane. They're going to be lucky to get one sale, and even then, it'll probably be a mistake. As independent authors, we can price our ebooks anywhere from $2.99 to say $7.99. There's a sweet spot in the middle there, depending on the length of the book. Like, for instance, this is a short story of 45 words. I'm only going to charge $2.99 for this. These are under Bear Media. I'm talking about my Bear Media books. This one, I think, is about $5.99 because it's a new release. Maybe because it's a second edition, I'm charging like $4.99 or something like that. But still, very affordable. But it's a super cool read or whatever. And now this is a traditionally based published book by Down and Out. I would imagine the ebook is about maybe $6.99, something like that. Maybe $5.99, could be $7.99. Still not too bad because Down and Out gets it. But the big New York City-based companies, whom I've dealt with for several of my books, they have no choice but to charge what they charge, and because they have these massive offices and they have middlemen and all sorts of things that they have to pay for. They have to pay the rent in New York City. So a lot of these senior editors were offered severance packages. They had worked with like some pretty major people. Like the rich, because how most of the books I think they put out now are like by famous politicians, maybe some famous journalists. If anybody could stomach those books, and celebrities, and some sports stars and stuff like that, and they give them big advances, and they don't earn out either usually. But a lot of these senior editors are gone now. So if you're an agent and you're like, oh my God, I was depending on this, like pretty much this one editor to keep my business afloat, you're SOL now. Anyway, it's all the news I got for you. Busy day today, and I still got a lot more to do. So I will catch you guys. If not tomorrow, it means I'm doing module 6 of the Writer's Life Mindset course, and I'll see you the next day. All right, God willing. Ciao, ciao.